Good morning. How you doing today? Good? That's good. Me? Well, I'm less not stressed. Now, what's today's topic going to be about? Today's topic is going to be found in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 19. Excuse me. Now, therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens within the saints, and of the household of God. Now, what is this? Well, until you meet somebody, they're considered a stranger, right? Now, I imagine, for the average person, most people seem like strangers. I mean, you walk down the street and you see all kinds of people, right? But you don't recognize many of them, because we don't sit down and spend time and talk to each one of them to get to know them, right? But through Christ, we are all brothers and sisters. We're all not strangers anymore. You may not know them, but Christ knows them, and we know Christ, who knows all, right? Each day we come to know him more and more, and thus discover more and more about ourselves and others, without them having to speak a word. Why? Because the Bible tells us how to live. And, well, followers of Christ follow how he lives. And, well, if we see a person living in such a way, if we can see their fruits, just as the word says that we can know them by their fruits. Does this mean apples and oranges? No. This means works. This means lifestyle. This means physical. This means things that you actively have changing. Now, this could be, for instance, if someone swears like a sailor, within a few months they stop swearing at all. If they had a drinking problem, they stop drinking at all. See, this is not on their own volition. See, on our own, there are some people that God has granted and gifted really good fortitude to resist it for a time, but will inevitably spiral down back into that addiction or that problem. But thanks to the grace and mercy and love of God, it is possible for him to come into our lives. For when we repent, when we come to him, when we repent and he starts to work in us, he really starts working on us. With me, for example, he delivered me from anxiety and depression. Two things that are very real and very hurtful to Christians all over the world right now. Now, I'm not saying this to, brag or to flex or anything like that. I'm just saying this out of gratitude. I couldn't have done that. He delivered me from asthma when I was a child. I couldn't have done that. He's the only one that can do that. I give credit to where credit is due, and he deserves all of the credit. All day, every way, right? Now, we are fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God. In other words, we are adopted into his family. We are no longer, strangers in sin, but family in faith. It's a good way of thinking about it. Praise be to God for that. Now, you no longer have to look at your brother like a stranger. You look at them as a friend. Why? You can look at them as a friend even without knowing them. Because we're to love one another, right? And this isn't blind love, but this is faithful love. Blind love means that you love everyone, no matter what they are or what they do. But faith love in faith, that is where you look at a person and see them for, who they are, not who they want to be. And you love them anyways. For instance, there are those in this life that are misled by their mental problems and think that they're different than who they really are. A man thinks they're a woman and vice versa. Well, that's not really true. But we see them for the child of God, that they are. And, well, we tell them about the good news, because we too were lost like them at one point. We might not have the same thoughts, but we had the same sin. Until Jesus came and delivered us from that. And he can deliver them from that too. All it takes is one person, and that can be you. Ask God and pray for opportunities for you to be used for strangers and family alike.